These are the biggest lessons I've learned after 8 years of playing piano, and they're what took my piano playing from this to this. It's time for you to break out of the beginner stage and actually speed up your piano progress. Let's get into the 3 beginner tips that you need to know. Tip number 1, learn chords first. A chord is just a group of notes that you play, like this. There's 2 main kinds of chords that you need to know. That'd be major chords and minor chords. Happy and sad. Once you learn all of your major and minor chords, you're going to unlock 3 massive benefits. First of all, you're going to learn songs way faster. Because if you're learning a song on YouTube and they hit you with something like this in the left hand, at first, this seems like it's super complicated, right? But let's say you know your major and minor chords, you'd recognize these 3 notes, E flat, B flat, and G, as an E flat major chord. And then you can take the entire song. That's E flat major, take this part, that's G minor, F major, G minor. So just by learning these simple chords, which I'll show you how to learn them in a second, you can unlock these patterns in the music, and that'll help you learn everything so much faster. The second main benefit of learning chords is that you're going to unlock creative freedom on the piano. Now, most people just know a couple songs on piano, and once they've played them, they have nothing. They have nothing left to play on the piano. But when you know your chords, you can come up with your own chord progressions that you really like. And once you have your own chord progressions that you like, you can play those instead of songs and just improvise and vibe out for like an hour. You can take your knowledge of chords and write your own songs. You can improvise. You can take songs that you already know and make them sound different. For example, let's say you know All of Me by John Legend. And let's say you know the chords for the song, right? Now you can take those chords, take your knowledge of chords, and break them up. And you can unlock a million ways to play all the songs that you already know. Finally, the third benefit of learning chords is that it's an essential step to playing songs by ear. So many pianists want to play songs by ear, right? I mean, you can just listen to any song and play it. Well, the first thing you need to know is chords, because chords are the backbone of any song. But with that out of the way, if you haven't already learned your major and minor chords, let me show you how to do it really easily. I have a cheat sheet for you, and it makes learning chords super simple. All you do is learn one chord every day or every 2 days or whenever you feel comfortable, and you just work through the chords one by one in a very simple, easy to understand order. So if you want the cheat sheet, just leave a comment down below. Why are you choosing to play piano? What motivates you? I'm really excited to hear from you. I'll send you the cheat sheet. Just leave that comment. Tip number 2 for beginners. Always have a routine, even if it's super simple. When it comes to piano, consistency compounds. I'd rather you take one piano tutorial that's way too hard for you and practice it every day rather than jump between a bunch of easy tutorials and never get anything done. So the most simple beginner piano practice routine that I can recommend to you is first a warm-up, which includes scales, or chords, which we talked about earlier, learning all of your major and minor chords. And of course, you also have hand independence exercises, which train your coordination and your sense of rhythm, like and when you train your hands to play multiple rhythms at the same time, kind of like patting your head and rubbing your belly. You're going to develop your sense of coordination, which will help you learn harder songs. Step 2 of a good practice routine, at least in my opinion, is actual song practice, which is the fun part, right? So you're going to pick one specific song, one specific arrangement, and practice that every day for at least 10 minutes. Now, whatever song learning method you use is up to you. If you're a casual pianist, you might want to use YouTube tutorials. And if you're trying to learn classical music, you might use sheet music. But at the end of the day, you need to pick a song and practice it and get good at it instead of jumping between videos, because you're not going to get anywhere. Finally, the third aspect of the practice routine that I think a lot of people overlook is the creative part. Because let's say you want to unlock the creative freedom on the piano. You want to learn how to take chords and break them up into fancy ways. And you want to play arpeggios and hard techniques. And let's say you want to improvise. These are all creative, separate skills that you have to practice and put some time into. So I recommend you pick 1 or 2 creative skills that you want to learn. Again, you have song arranging, improvising, songwriting, difficult new techniques like arpeggios. Pick one of those skills and practice that for 5 to 10 minutes. Finally, we have the most important tip number 3. Figure out what kind of piano player you are. There is no best approach to learning how to play piano. There's only your approach that teaches you how to play the music that you love. Do you want to have a relaxing hobby where you play piano for maybe 10 to 15 minutes a day and learn some of your favorite songs? Or are you a classical pianist who wants to learn things like Für Elise and Chopin? Or are you a jazz pianist who wants to learn how to improvise and vibe out on the piano, you know? Because these are all different skill sets. So you have to pick what you invest your time into. The worst thing you could do is be a casual pianist, but be stuck in the classical route with sheet music and curriculum books when that's not what you really want. It's the same thing with a classical pianist. Let's say you want to play classical, difficult music, but you're stuck here using falling block tutorials on YouTube. You're not going to achieve your goals as fast as you want. You need to get clear on your goals and pick the right method that accommodates those goals. Just remember this, your goals might change over time. So you can break everything up into phases. Maybe your phase of piano playing right now is on YouTube with the falling block tutorials. And maybe a year or 2 years from now, that phase will shift. Maybe you want to learn jazz piano. So you're going to learn 4-note chords, the 7th chords. And you're going to learn improvisation. And maybe a year from there, you're going to want to learn classical music. So you're going to learn how to read sheets and play beautiful music like this. Make sure to take these tips and apply them to your piano practice. Actually take action, and you will achieve your goals so much faster. And if you want me to personally help you learn the piano, you can find the first link in the description. That's my paid community with my full quick start course, my custom beginner arrangements, and so much more. Happy practicing.